Good morning everyone. Welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Sorry we're a few minutes late. Right, okay, so again I'm out of my comfort zone. Last week I said, well, was it Monday night? I said to you I'll be back here on Thursday doing something different with Nifty Nozzles, and I think I might do a Topsy Turvy Cake, as though I'd done one before. Anyhow, I haven't. So this is what we're going to do today. I've actually baked the cake and I've crumb coated it, and I did that last night, crumb coated it this morning, but I will talk you through it. So for any of you guys who are new to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, just let me tell you what we're all about. Okay, we're not professional cake decorators. I am a hobby baker, probably a little bit better than a hobby baker now. I'm not a newbie, that's where I am. So I'm not a newbie, I'm a hobby baker, and what I'm trying to do is tell you about the products from our website, what we manufacture. We are called Sugar and Crumbs because we make flavoured icing sugars. They're absolutely delicious. There's about 30 plus in the range, and there's plenty of people here, if you're a newbie, that will tell you how amazing they all are. They're all consistent in flavour, they're white in colour apart from the chocolate ones, and you know, once you get onto them, you will love them. So, Sugar and Crumbs flavoured icing sugars, what can you use them for? We can use them for your buttercream, you can use them for your Swiss meringue, you can use them for meringues, pavlovas, shortbreads, biscuits, cookies, you can pop them in your cake mix. Basically, you are replacing the sugar element with the flavoured icing sugar. So that's what it's all about. Today I'm going to use a flavour called salted caramel. We have a whole range of flavours, and I'm actually going to talk to you about another product range of ours today, which is the Russian piping tips, the genuine Russian piping tips, Nifty Nozzles. So Nifty Nozzles, and I've just got Maria and John smiling their head off. Have we got a good audience, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so Thursday morning, good. So Nifty Nozzles, they are...
We've even got Pauline from Bali.
Oh, have we? Hi, Pauline.
She's not from Bali.
No, she's in Bali. Herself on the beach. So the Russian piping tips. Okay, I have a business partner called Alexander Lebedev who lives in Russia. He came up with the fabulous design of the Russian piping tips. He didn't realise that the world was going to go crazy over this fantastic product, and him and I joined forces together as a partnership, and he actually makes our own designs as well. So if you've got a Nifty Nozzle, those are the genuine Russian piping tips. Now, why are they genuine? Okay, they've been tested. We use the correct steel. They've got the proper laser cups. We know that they work. You won't have any issues with them. The issues with everything is always going to be your buttercream. That will always be the problem, no matter where you are in the world. And I can tell you about consistency, but you have to work with the temperature as well. So when it's really cold here in the UK, you have to soften your buttercream. When it's really warm here in the UK, you have to harden your buttercream a little bit. So depending which country you are in the world, that's the same for you guys as well. So what I've decided is that I'll just quickly show you how to two-tone, two-tone, double-tone, which I'm not to call it, triple-tone, and then how quickly it is to decorate a cake. The longest bit was actually making it. To be fair, making the cake wasn't hard, was baking the cake. So what have I got here then? I've got a set of pans. I don't sell these myself. They're called Topsy-Turvy Pans, and these are actually from the gentleman who designed these. Now these have been copied as well, and this is called, just make sure I don't upset him, Fat Daddy-O's. Yep, John might want to check that in a minute, but he is the original designer of these as well. They have been copied, and you can get them in other places, but the proper ones are these Fat Daddy-O's. And you buy them in a set of three, and they come on a little stand like this. Okay, and the stand is so that you can sit them in the oven. When you sit them on the oven, they can stand nice and flat, because obviously if it didn't have that stand, you'd have a lopsided cake. Does that make sense? Yeah? There's three sizes. There's a 6-inch pan, an 8-inch pan, and a 10-inch pan. And how do you put them together? I'm going to quickly show you this way. So when you bake your cake in your pan, you turn it out, pop it onto your cake board. Well, it goes onto your baking tray first to cool down, but when it's cooled, it goes onto your cake board, and you have it so that the flat side is up, not this side, so this side is up. I've been reading a couple of reviews, and a few people have said don't cut them and put jam in them because they'll slide. I think that's probably because people have put too much jam. Personally, I think a big cake like that needs some sort of something in the middle. So I've cut mine and put jam. So if they slide off later, I'll have to apologise to those people who said don't put jam in, but we'll wait and see. So you put this one on this side, and then this one goes this way. Yes, so it's quite easy to work out. Don't be doing it that way, and don't try and do it that way, okay, because you will have a problem. I know it's on this stand, but it will end up sitting like this. So make sure you reverse it evenly. And then this one is the 6-inch pan, and it goes that way, if it makes sense, okay? And then they tilt up and down. So let's go and get the cakes. In fact, John, do you want to just do some shout outs? Say who's here today?
Yes, morning everyone. We've got a good turnout. We've got Kat Riley, B Long. B's from the States. It's only 6 a.m, so she's up early.
Yes, she does follow us. Hello,
We've got
hello, Kat.
Rob Allen, Stephanie Suckling, Elaine Hollywell, Caroline Jones, Kat Riley, Pauline Carr, who I said was in Bali, last day of her holiday.
Enjoying herself. Look
Jeanette Berg, Helen Price, Lynn Burgess, Linda Boone, Amanda Richardson, Jackie Richards, Alison Clift, Barry Smith, Barbara Haslin, Melanie Cole, Elaine Hollywell.
Hello.
Jackie Jones, I think I've got everybody today who's said hello to us.
Right, those who said hello. If you're a newbie, just before we do that, do you want to come around to the cake stand? It's okay, give me the cake, Maria. So Maria's wandering around the kitchen with the cake at the moment, okay. Now one of the things I do like about the Russian piping tips is, and I'll tell you as well, so it's a bit mucky my turntable because I was buttercreaming before, so I've just seen I've got a big blob there. Okay, so if there's any professionals watching, just remember, I've already told you I am not a professional. So I like to make cakes and I want to enjoy making them. I don't make them for sale. A couple of friends do ask me, can I make one for a special occasion for them? Generally I say no, I give some reason why I can't make it. And sometimes I do, it really does depend what mood I'm in. And they don't get a choice on what they want either. They have to have what I think I can make. So the reason I like the Russian piping tips is I don't believe you have to be perfect with them. Your cake can be rustic, and all you regular followers who follow me know I just love that word, rustic. And you can just slap your buttercream on, give it a nice little rustic scrape round. And today we've used these scrapers. These are from Wilton, they're on our website. I know I show you lots of different scrapers. I had a 4-sided scraper that Alexander made. It is very sharp. I will get some more in stock, but we are out of stock at the moment, so I had to use these. So you get 6 different sides, and they're the new Wilton scrapers that have just come out. And in fairness, I'm quite happy with them. I've done 3 different designs on there. If you're a professional, you'll get a much better effect than me, but I'm just, like I said, throwing it on for you.
I think there are a few other people that I haven't mentioned, so not quite sure why I didn't see your name. So hello to Wendy.
Have you mentioned them? You haven't mentioned them.
I've also spotted Annalise.
Annalise.
Yeah. So
hi. Hi Wendy. Hi Annalise.
hello to everyone. So apologies if I haven't mentioned your name.
Don't worry, we know you're here. Maria and I spend our time afterwards sorting the comments out afterwards, so we always go back to them. Do you want to just take that buttercream up for me now as well? So let me just show you a few of the things that I've made with the Russian piping tips. So I like to make things really very, very easy, and I don't know how well John can see this cake here. Now this was my own design and I've seen it copied everywhere. It would be really nice if some people gave me a mention. A lot of you do. But I actually came up with this. It's a dome cake. The actual tins I actually bought from Lakeland, but Fat Daddy-O makes those as well. So I think if you search them, you'll be able to see where they are. Did we just lose the camera then, John? Oh, we're over here, are we? So, okay, is we on this camera? Yeah, okay. Can they see this well enough?
Yeah.
So, so basically, this is the easiest cake. I show people this is the easiest cake. Can they see this well enough? This is the easiest cake to make. This is a dome cake. I do cut it in half. I put jam or lemon curd in the middle. I rough crumb coat it, and then I use the Russian piping tips. And those people who've been on classes with me or watch me do this on a live demo will see that I can decorate this cake usually within 12 to 15 minutes. So if you have to do an emergency cake, which camera are we on, John? Yeah, okay. Would have been nice of us to talk to him. So can you see this cake properly? Yes. Right. Okay, so if for you guys who want to do a cake, somebody rings you up in the morning or the night before, goes into a complete panic, I need a cake desperately tomorrow, then voila, you can come out with something like this, pretty rapid. So bake the cake straight away, let it cool down, get your buttercream on the go, start colouring, two-toning, cut your cake in half, jam it, and then you're ready to go, and you should be able to get them a cake to them late afternoon. And you know, I think you can charge anything between £35 and £60 for this, depending on what area you're in, maybe more if you could. So, and I've just quickly put that together, and it really is very easy. So we have lots of ladies who come on the classes. My class for May, I've got one place left if anybody wants to come, which is the 12th of May, and I've just put up a new class on the website. We're based in Stockport, and the new class is on the 30th of June. It's £99 per person. You do make 24 cupcakes, decorate 24 cupcakes. You do make a dome cake, or I do give you the option of making a mini wedding cake, which I'll show you. So let's put this over here. On the last class, we had some buttercream left over, and they were talking about how to darken some of the colours. So what we did is we used up the rest of the buttercream, mixed it as one colour, and we came up with these lovely autumn colours. So this is a 2-tier mini wedding cake, so if somebody wants to make this on the class, they can make this as well, and I'll show them how to do that. But this one's just the autumn colours one. I did this one, which I'm going to get for you now. So I'll just move this one out of the way.
Just drop it onto the. Can you drop it onto the table?
Onto the table. What, this big one, yeah?
Both of them.
Both of them? Okay,
Just
then.
slightly
Just one
too high.
second. Okay. So this one I did a demo with patchwork cutters in February, and I just basically, it took me, I think it was 20 minutes to decorate this. I think it was 20 minutes to decorate this cake, and I think even Maria was pleased how quick this one come out. They don't take long. So if you want to offer something rustic to your customers, then this is, I think, something you can use, and you can choose any colours. This is quite a vivid one, but I like the pinks. I really like the autumn colours there. Yeah, so I'm just going to move this out of the way. And then with the Russian piping tips, you can do other things. I've shown you loads of things, and I'll come back and repeat them as well this year. This is my window box, and all I've done in here is set these cups out for you, and then I showed you how to make this one before. So this is the window box, and I've used the large nozzles on this one, okay? So there's 3 sizes of nozzles. There's minis, there's large, and there's extra large. So on the wedding cakes, I've used a combination of large and extra large. On this little design here that I put together, I've used large. Put those away.
What type of buttercream? Is it normal or Swiss?
Normal buttercream, simple buttercream, make it all easy. And then today I'm going to use some of the baby nozzles as well, mini nozzles. And I'm also going to use a bundle deal. Which camera am I on, John? Yeah. So can you see this okay?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is just some of the designs from the mini nozzles, and we're going to use a couple of these today as well. And they're also nice to just gift wrapped in one of these little bags or in a little individual cupcake box if you wanted to. So they look really nice as well. Yeah. So let's get back to the job in hand then. So we're over here. So what I've got is I've put on 2 deals on the website. So the extra large nozzles are these big ones. They're absolute beauties. A lot of people, when they first get them, they're like, whoa, I want them to go on the cupcakes. Well, you can get 3 to 5 of these on your cupcakes. So we're going to, I've done a deal there. There's actually 14 nozzles in the set. They should be £50 something, and I put them on offer at £25. So grab them, and that means you get the whole set of extra large for £25. Okay, so we've got that offer on. Grab them while you can, and even if you get a duplicate, maybe you think I've already got an extra large, there's nothing wrong with having a couple of them, because that means you can do 2 colours. You can have one pink, one yellow, one orange, whatever you want to do. So don't ever worry about having duplicate nozzles. So that set is live on the website. The baby nozzles that we've got here, Okay, they come in a set of 9. They come in a set of 9, and they are £25. Now these are a little bit more expensive to make these, so that they're a little bit dearer. But I have just put them on the website now, just for today, maybe for this week. I put 50 sets on, if I'm really honest. 50 sets on, so the first 50 sets that go can buy them for £20.99. Is that right, Mary? Did you put them on? So first 50 sets, once they're gone, they go back to their normal price. So they're on the website as well. And then I have started...
I've got a question from Caroline. Do we need to use dowels on the wonky cake?
You do.
The Topsy-Turvy
Yeah,
Cake?
you do. And they're here, ready. You're ahead of the game, don't worry. So, so I've got a couple of nozzles here, okay, so that we're going to use that are from those sets. And then Caroline has jumped in there because we're going to put the cake together. Now, you don't put a board between these cakes. So normally when you're doing a 3-tier cake or a 2-tier cake, you would put a board. But on this cake, you actually don't. So what we're going to do is we've got a stick, a dowel, and then we're going to put the next cake on top. So just so that I can secure it, I'm going to put these jumbo straws in first. The jumbo straws you can buy off the internet. I like them. It's entirely up to you. You can use wooden sticks or plastic sticks, whichever you prefer. I like these because the cake goes through the middle, and to me I feel that they're a bit more secure. So what I'm going to do is...
Where's the cake stand from?
This cake stand, it's an Atico cake stand, which I ordered in from America. Yeah? This cake, the turntable. Mm-hmm. Yeah? So, this one, so basically the cake is on the board, and we put one of the cakes this way, the opposite way to the slant, and I'm just going to put the dowel in now right the way through to the board, so it touches the board. And we're going to put 3 of those on. Right the way through. We're going to get our scissors, and we're just going to do a little snip. I'm going to pull it up. Push it on down.
Do you sell the clear cupcake boxes that you have your cupcakes in, please?
I did, but the company I bought them from are out of stock, so we're just waiting for them to come back in stock again, and then they will be back on. So if you give me, I am chasing the company where I get them from, and as soon as they come back in, I will get them back on the website. So we've got the 3 dowels in there. That's gone right through the cake, so do remember there's no board. Okay, it's gone right through the cake. And then what we're going to do now is, and John's laughing his head off, what happened there, John?
Ria's asked a question. She said, totally new to icing. Which nozzles would you recommend for someone who draws like a 5-year-old?
I don't know. I don't know.
You can use any of them, can't you?
You can. I'm actually going to show you how to use the nozzles today, and they are easy. A lot of people will say they're difficult, and there's 2 reasons they're difficult. You've either bought a cupping nozzle and the laser cuts are not cut clear enough, or your buttercream consistency isn't correct, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this cake off and place it on top of there. So don't worry about my rustic look. So any of you guys who are looking and thinking she's got some bare bits, anybody who follows me knows that's how I do my cakes. It's my signature cake. So let me just put this over here. I'm just going to quickly wash my hands a moment. So just give me a minute. I'm going to actually tie up my hair. A minute. Where did I put that clip? Wash my hands. There we go, we're back. Okay, then the other thing, if you're new to the live, when you're doing things live, you're not going to get everything right. I've got such a tight frame to show you as much as I can. So you guys who follow me every week, accept the fact that it's going to look great, but you know what, there's going to be some untidy bits. And if I wasn't doing it live, I'd be able to take a little bit more time to tidy things up. So if there's anybody there who wants to pop on a little negative comment, don't. Just try and understand what the situation is. So I'm just going to move this a little bit. And then we're going to get the wooden dowels, and then the wooden dowel, we're going to go from top to bottom. We've got to go until it hits the board there. So that's touched the board. And then I have, I'm sure I saw a little pen. In fact, let me get the scissors, because I'm just going to get John to cut the down for me with a knife. So we'd be well chuffed for that. I didn't know we had to do this bit.
What knife am I using?
Yeah, just use one of those there. Let me just cut this a moment. So I've just edged that up. I'm just going to get John to cut it a minute. And if you saw the meat cleaver he's got, don't know whether you can see it. He's just got the meat cleaver out. Let's run Maria. So we're going to get him to do that. While he's doing that, I'm actually going to get some buttercream on as well. So the buttercream, what do I use? I use our flavoured icing sugars, and I use unsalted butter. Okay, you can use salted butter, it's really down to your own personal preference, or you can use half and half, so half salted, half plain. It's just a simple, basic buttercream. Yeah, I was going to say, well done, John. That was easy, wasn't it? He's a good one. So there we go.
You got the right equipment.
Eh?
It is when you got the right equipment.
Go. So we're just going to pop that down. There you go. Now don't forget, when you've got dowels in your cakes, make sure you tell your customers as well, so that when they go chopping through and they hit a bit of plastic, they don't think there's something dodgy in the cake. You've already told them and the reason why it's there. So these dowels, again, you can buy on the internet or from Lakeland. I'm doing a really good advertisement.
So you've doweled, but you've not put boards between the layers, obviously.
No, you can't put boards between these layers, okay? I did read that, it said don't put boards, so I've doweled those two, and I put one from top to bottom.
No, is that
yep.
the stop? That's okay.
Yeah. And I've got jam in between them as well, so each cake has been cut in half and has got jam in it. I haven't put buttercream on because I do feel as though I may well be risking it if I put jam and buttercream on in the middle. But if I'm really honest, the amount of buttercream we're going to put on this cake in a minute, we're not going to need it. So how do I make my buttercream? So if we want to pop over to this camera here, so we are going to have a little bit of mixing going on. I've already tried to save a bit of time by getting some of the buttercream mixed. Some of you say, why are you showing us how to make buttercream? But we know, but there's also a lot of newbies who don't know. So Mary, can you just pass me a packet of butter there, please? So the butter goes into the mixer. John, which camera are we on? This one? Mm-hmm. So the butter goes into the mixer, and your butter needs to be squeezy. Can you see it on the camera there, John? So, so just squeezy. Which is this? This is Morrison's own brand. I'm not particularly bothered about which brand I use. I just like to use, so can you see how easy it's squeezy it is? Yeah, that's how soft your buttercream needs to be. Yeah? So there you go, I'll give you that back, Maria. They've used Morrison's, I don't care whether it's Asda or Sainsbury's or whatever supermarket there is. So we're just going to give it a really nice beat. So this is going to take a couple of minutes, so bear with me. So this is going to take a couple of minutes. Now I want to show you, we do have to have the noise in the kitchen. I haven't got a silent mixer yet. But the reason we do this is that I want you to see how nice and white we need to get it. So when you mix your butter, beat the living daylights out of the butter, okay? Try and get it as light and fluffy as you possibly can. And I might have to cheat a little bit to speed up time. I might have to have it a little bit more. You can have a product called Super White. Okay, so you can have a product called Super White. You can buy this on our website, by Sugar Flare, and you basically mix a little bit of this, mix a little bit of this with water into a thick paste, and then you add it to your buttercream to make your buttercream a really nice white colour. Or some people say get violet colouring and add a pinprick, and I mean a pinprick of violet colouring to your buttercream, and that will make it go white as well. Personally, I'm never really too fussed about it. I'm quite happy with the colour that we've got. So as per usual with butter, you do need to scrape down your bowl. It doesn't matter what mixer you have, it will always, when you beat it on fast, go to the top, if that makes sense. So you'll always get it going right down the sides and then a layer on top. So I'm just going to give this another beat. I've actually put in 500 grams of butter, okay? So you can use 500 grams of salted, 500 grams of unsalted, which I've used. If you want to, you can use 250 grams of salted, 250 grams of unsalted. Why would you use salted? That takes the sweetness away. Personally, I think salted is just a bit too much for me, and I like salt, but I do like the mix of half and half. So 1 block of unsalted and 1 block of salted. So while the mix is going again, I'm just going to open up my icing sugar.
So the question from Barry said, why would my buttercream look curled? I think that's possibly curdled after adding Wilton or sugar flare gel colour.
Have you used butter or have you used margarine? If your butter curdles or shows that your colouring is breaking away, it's because you've used margarine. It's very rare that it does it with butter. In fact, I've not really known it to do it with butter. So a lot of people will call margarine butter, but it, you know, butter is butter. So if he lets me know what he's using, if he's using margarine, that is the reason why. What does he say?
Hasn't responded yet.
Hasn't responded yet. Okay, then no worries. So, for those newbies, okay, we are using a fantastic flavour called salted caramel. This is what I'm going to use. On the back is the buttercream recipe. It does say add milk. You can add water, you can add condensed milk, okay? It's entirely up to you. There's our recipe site on the back as well, and that is called www.sugarandcrumbsmixingitup.com. Do go over to the recipe site. There's loads of great ideas there of what you can make with our flavoured icing sugars. So do have a look at that. All our sugars are suitable for vegans, vegetarians. It's gluten-free. It's made in a gluten-free factory. It's mine and John's little factory.
So he is using butter.
He's using butter. Well, I really can't help you then. What you'll need to do is speak to Wilton. Maybe you've just got a bad batch, but I would say it shouldn't happen with butter. Really shouldn't happen. Does he live in the UK?
I don't know. Barry, are you in the UK?
It could also depend maybe on the country, but in fairness, Wilton is used all over the world, so you shouldn't really have a problem. Maybe somebody out there who's watching it today may be able to answer. So we're going to take the bowl off and drop our icing sugar in. Now, with the icing sugar, it really is up to you. You can use it full strength, and I'm going to use it full strength today, mainly because I forgot to bring some plain stuff with me. Or you can use 1 bag of flavoured icing sugar and 1 bag of plain icing sugar, so 500 grams of each. We are making a kilo of buttercream.
So Rhea said she's always added the icing sugar along with the butter. Is it better to beat the butter first?
Well, in fairness, I've done it that way as well, but sometimes your butter gets aerated, and I've made that mistake as well. And aerated means that there's lots of holes and bubbles in your buttercream, and you know, we all start, and that's how I used to make it. But since then, I've sort of realised that the best thing to do is whip the living daylights out of the butter first, get that really nice and whippy, and then add the icing sugar. So
Yep, Barry's in Sussex.
Right, okay, so you're not too hot where you are, Barry. I've got to be honest, I would go back to Wilton Customer Services, go to their Facebook page, send them a private message, and I'm sure somebody there would be happy to help you. Really do. And the only other thing they could come back with, they could say it's your butter, but I use all supermarkets value butter. Having said that, I don't use Wilton colours. I have got a set, and I have used them and I've never had a problem, but I tend to use the Colour Splash range, and I'm using this new Fractal range now, and I've not had a problem with either, or with Squires. I've not had a problem with any of them, if I'm honest. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop in the icing sugar. Now, with the KitchenAid, if you've got a KitchenAid, you do get a silly plastic thing that is meant to keep all your bits and bobs in, but it always falls off and drives me insane. I don't know who it was, but a lovely lady said to me, Carol, because you can either put a wet tea towel over your mixer if you want to, Carol, get yourself some shower caps and then fit it just above the attachment. Fit it just above the attachment here, over your bowl. And I will say I tried that exercise and it fitted lovely. I turned the mixer on and it whizzed the whole frigging thing off. And that was this morning. You saw that, didn't you, John? Did you not? Was you not here when I did that? What you were saying? So it whizzed the whole thing off, ripped it all up. So I did try another one. It did it the same. So I'm not going to use the shower cap attachment again. So anyhow, so what I'm doing now is I'm chopping my icing sugar into the butter. And the reason I'm chopping it into the butter is that I don't want to turn my KitchenAid on and it all go all over the place. So Maria and I generally get covered in it at times. So can you pass me the kettle, John, please? So I'm going to add some boiling water. And at this stage you can add milk, condensed milk or boiling water. It really is up to you. I do like adding condensed milk. It makes it really nice and creamy. And I do like milk and butter, doesn't bother me. If you add water to your mix, whatever buttercream you've got over, you can actually save. So I'm just going to give you that. So let me give this back, John, please. John? So if you've got buttercream over, you can actually save it if you use water. Whereas if you use milk, you can only save it for a couple of days. If you use it with water, you can actually put it in an airtight container and keep it on for as long as the date of the butter. And butter has a best before date. So what you do is that when you get to the date of the best before, you just taste it, and if it still tastes fine, then you can still continue using it. In fairness, I don't generally save much buttercream. I tend to get it all used.
Barry said he's used Tesco value.
Yeah, I've used that.
And he said it looks, before he adds the colour, it looks lovely and smooth.
Yeah.
Once the colouring goes in, it looks split and grainy.
Well, I really don't know what to say. John, can you pass my clean tea towel? I really don't know what to say to you, Barry. I really think this is a question that Wilton are going to have to answer you. So I really don't know at all. Thanks. Thanks for folding it on. So I'm just going to put my cover over here. Let's give this a mix. So always start your mixer on slow. Don't know which one we're on. Yeah. Always start your mixer on slow, and I tend to turn it on and off. Give it a little pulsating action. Have a little peep. Yeah. Maria's got out of the way there. So any of you newbies, you don't know who we are. I'm Carol from Sugar and Crumbs. This is my own kitchen. I give up my own time twice a week to do a Facebook Live with you guys. It's something that I want to do to help promote our little company, tell you about our amazing products. I'm married to a man called John, who you can hear in the background. People always want to see him, but you never will unless you go to a cake show. And then we have Maria here, who comes in and she videos everything. So when you see little 1-minute videos of the Facebook Lives, that's what Maria's done. Basically, she videos everything and then she cuts them down and makes small clips, which have been very useful to people. So, here we go. Here's the consistency. So, here we go, let me just give that another beat. And we're there. So we've got a nice consistency of our buttercream. And to be fair, that's really nice. So you can see how smooth it is. Can you see that okay in that camera? Yeah? And I might even soften it a little bit more yet. But I've done that to get that out of the way. And then I'm just going to move my cake out of the way now for a little while we talk about the nozzles and the bags. So let's just move that out of the way. So it does get mucky in here. Can you just pass those? Right. So I've already pre-coloured some of the buttercream because I've done a batch earlier. I'm using a new range of colours, and I use a range called Colour Splash, and they are amazing. I absolutely love them, and anybody who's using the Colour Splash range, do continue to use them. I will always sell those for you, but I do get asked a lot, do we have any colours that are suitable for vegetarians, vegans and a halal diet? And this company have approached me, and they do a full range of the fractal colours. They do pens, they do dust, they do shimmers, they do the gels, they do airbrush colours. We sell them on our website, and these are suitable for all diets. Yeah. So I have used the pink in 2 colours there, and I've also used the purple. I've only used a little bit of the purple. I'm going to try and keep to pinks and purples today. When you're using the colours as well, when you're making colours, when I see people using the Russian piping tips, one of the things they do is they go a bit crazy on colours. So they end up making about 20 colours, and it can just be a little too much. Just try and keep to one theme, one colour theme, and use out your nozzles. Try and use 3, 4 or 5 nozzles. Don't use them all. It will drive you insane. So I am actually just going to put a little bit more water in this. Maria, can I just have the kettle again, please? And just make this a bit softer. Thank you. So the longest bit out of the whole thing of the Nifty Nozzles is the preparation. Once we get decorating, we'll be fine. So who's got Nifty Nozzles, the genuine ones? Go on, give us a shout. Who's actually got them? See who you all are. I do get questions off people who have got copies of the nozzles, asking me how to use them. And to be fair, I'm here to promote my own. So if you don't mind, it's not that I'm being rude, and I'll talk to you in a minute when the mix is off. It's not that I'm being rude, but Alexandra and John and I have invested so much money in bringing this product to market. It is our own designs and Alexandra's designs. It sort of makes you feel a bit upset when somebody asks you to show them how to use a copy. So if you just think about it logically, your husband, son, daughter or yourself came up with an incredible design, and your next door neighbour pinched it and sold it half the price for you by using cheap products, cheap materials. I think you'd be very upset as well. So we use a quality product, and they're registered, they've all got their safety certificates here in the UK, well, for Europe. They're all food tested. You will find that by going to China. China will tell you anything. If you ask them to tell you if something is vegetarian, they'll tell you it's vegetarian. There's all sorts of things, you know, but tell a few porkies. But anyhow, I'm going to stop harping on about those, and let's get back to where we are. So a couple of the nozzles that we're using here, I'm going to use one called Fantasia. So I'm just going to use this in one block colour, and I'm going to use this lovely lilac colour. So this is from the Fractal Colours, and the colours are, this colour that I'm using is Orchid Purple. Okay, now I've only put in a drop because I don't want to go too dark. So we're just going to do this. Which camera are we on, John? This one? Yeah, super. And then I'm going to use, so you'll see, squeeze it out and get my cloth. Always have a clean cloth when you've got your nozzles as well. So I'm just going to lie that one there. Then I'm going to make this little rose. This is one of the mini nozzles. Now for the mini nozzles, I actually haven't named them. I've just put numbers on them. So I've not actually named them because I'm selling them in a set. I didn't bother naming them. So we're going to put a pale pink for that one.
Holly's just asked for the link to the store, so I'll put up where you can get them from, and afterwards we'll put the direct link right through to the Nifty Nozzles page.
Yeah, so the store is www.sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. I think John will have flashed it up a couple of times for you already. If you are in America, you will have to email us. Go to our page, and there's a contact page there, and email us from there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to two-tone this nozzle, okay? So this one is called Lotus Flower. It's absolutely lovely. So I'm going to two-tone this one, and by two-toning, which is the best camera, John? So that we can do a close-up. Can we do it on this one? Can we get it on there close enough?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that it?
Perfect. Yeah.
Right, okay, so by two-toning, I'm going to put the darker colour in to the bag. And we're going to go all the way round. Now, obviously, I can't see here because I'm busy showing you guys. Maria's giving me the thumbs up, but it's all the way round. Yeah? And then I'm going to put, just 1 second, a big blob of green in the middle. So that's two-toned. And then we're just going to, sorry, remember to keep in my bag. I do only use small piping bags. Don't be buying those big blue piping bags. They're far too big. They are designed for cake decorators who are decorating at speed, know what they're doing, and for these, and with this being butter, you hold it in your hand and your hands get hot and the butter starts to melt. So just keep refilling this bag. So we've got this one. Then we're going to use another one called Marigold. And on the Marigold, I'm going to quickly triple tone this one. So again, just going to put the dark colour on the outside. See how nice and easy it spreads. Am I okay? Am I on the camera? Am I on the camera?
Sorry, Maria's just making sure I'm doing it right.
Okay, there it is. And then we're going to put this next colour in. And then we're going to go back to this. Actually, no, I'm not going to go back to that one. I'm going to use this lighter one here. Just so it gives you variations of pink for this flower. Okay, so it's going to be quite subtle, this one. So it's just going to give you sort of like different shades of pink. So we've got this one. So this is where all your time's going to take the prepping. So we've got 3 of the extra large nozzles, 1 small one. We're also going to use the Wilton 366 leaf tip. There it is, they're on our website. I do call it the Big Mama. That is not the name of it, it's actually a Wilton 366. And the reason is that we do a small one. Let me find it. They're both the same price, amazingly. So we do a small one. This one is the 352 and this is the 366. I'm going to use both. Yeah? So let me just put some more green. So you can see now why you need to make a lot of buttercream. So you need your buttercream for crumb coating your cake, and then you need your buttercream for your leaf. So this is the big leaf. And can you see in the middle there, Maria? Now in the big leaf there, I am actually going to put in the pink. So it's a lovely pink this. And I have to say I didn't use much of it. So you might think, why is she putting pink in the middle of the leaf? But you'll see why shortly. And then you need a couple of other embellishments, but I just need to make some more colour. So let me just make some more colour here. So I'm going to give this little job to John or Maria to mix for me. While I fill in the bag. So let me get my green. So I'm just going to use this colour. I'm just going to put a little drop in. Not much. And clean your tip as well. Just makes it nicer. So I will give that one to you guys to clean. And then I'm going to use the Wilton 5 round. And in that one I'm going to use this bright pink colour. So don't need to put much in here. So I like using Wilton tips. They're a quality tip. quality brand, and as Nifty Nozzles is a quality brand, I want to pair it up with a quality brand as well. So there you go. And by the way guys, I'm not sure if you're aware, but if you have bought copies, you do know you are within your legal rights to send them back. And if you want to know any more details about that, because the people who've sold them you, by law, have to give you a refund if they have sold you a copy that is a registered design. And ours are registered designs. So we've got those, and then I'm going to use the small one here, but I'm going to use this one. I'm actually going to do a little lilac leaf. So just put that in there. Right, put that in there. I have Maria and John waving their hands at me to make sure I keep in camera. So I'm just going to have a little lilac leaf. Okay, sounds a bit strange, a bit lilac, but your leaves don't have to be green. You can have them in any colour that you want. Then I am going to use some white. I've got another couple of nozzles. So I'm going to use another nozzle called the Sun Dancer. Just put this white in there. I'll go back over them. So if John wants to answer any questions, have you done that green, John? So don't halve that back, please. So we have another Wilton tip to use, and we're going to use the Wilton round pen. Just going to put a little bit in there. Don't think we need much more than that, if I'm honest. And when I decorate this cake, I am going to sit down to decorate. I do suffer with a bad back. I find that when I've been stood up for a long time, my back is killing me. And then one of the other nozzles that I'm going to use is, I'm going to use the Sun Dancer. There's two Sun Dancers. There's a Sun Dancer cup and a Sun Dancer. And I'm going to use this one. And I am thinking that I will mix these two pinks together. In fact, no, I'm going to mix all these pinks together. You'll see what I'm going to do in a moment. So how many people have we got using Nifty Nozzles, John?
We have lots.
Yeah,
yes.
Good. It's nice to see that people do respect design rights, and they do respect other people's investment. And you know what? Yeah, you are going to pay a bit more. But unfortunately, that's the way it is, really. It's not that we're being mean and getting most profit. As small companies, we can't afford to sort of spend the large volumes that big giant companies do. So it's like everything, the more you buy, the cheaper it is. And at the moment, we're not at the stage where we can buy have millions of them made. And Alexander makes all these himself. He doesn't have them made in a factory. He actually makes every single one of these himself. So you can see here, I've just mixed 3 colours together. So Maria, do you want to just come back to your phone? So you can see that I've just put 3 colours there together, and I'm not going to mix it in. Just going to chop it in, and that's as good as it's going to get for this nozzle. Okay, so this will give us like a little bit of, just going to throw it in the bag. So can you see all the colours are entwined? So it will just give us a gradient of the colours when this comes out of this nozzle. And then I've got one more nozzle to use. Use one of the other little minis.
Are the bundles a mixture of different sizes?
I haven't done one of different sizes, and the reason I haven't done them of different sizes is there's so many pretty nozzles, and so many of the guys have bought the large ones that, you know, I'm trying to encourage the sale of the extra large and the minis. There's just too many nozzles. The other thing I was going to say to you, do not buy every nozzle that we sell. You really don't need every single one. You need just a really nice collection. You know, at the end of the day, I am here to sell you these, but I've also got to be sensible enough to say, you know what, you don't need every one. Right, so I'm going to take my seat, and I need another piping bag. So I need another piping bag. This is just an empty one. I'm just going to put the buttercream in. So I don't actually know what the design I'm going to do today. It's not going to be too different from what I've done before, I don't think, just on a different style of cake. So it's just that you've all seen so many of the wedding cakes, the dome cakes. I just thought, you know what, let's do it on this Topsy-Turvy cake. I have put the full instructions on the website on how to put the Topsy-Turvy cake together. I've used a Madeira recipe by Carol Deacon, and I've used the method of how to put it together by WikiHow, which is unusual. So I've used their method, so I put their credit on for them. You really, for a strong cake like this, I've got to be honest, I always use the Victoria sponge mix. I've never ever had a problem to date, but I do get people who say you should use a Madeira mix, and I've used a Madeira for this. So just because it's slanted, I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't push my luck with a Victoria sponge. So you'll see that I have just put some buttercream into a bag with no nozzle on. So let's get running here. And I don't know which cameras that you'll be able to see. Do you want to lift one of these up, John? With it being on this stand?
That's fine.
Okay. Feel free to ask any questions. I can't bring it down, I've got to have it on the stand.
Can you decorate it on this side?
Can I decorate on this side? Yeah, I will. So we've got our dowel at the top there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of buttercream over that because we're going to hide that. So it can be quite, this whole cake is rustic, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to do a crescent of buttercream all the way around the top, yeah? And then we're going to do one all the way around there, and then the next one we are going to do all the way around here. So when I say to you, you can be a bit untidy, you can, because when all this comes together, you should be pretty chuffed, yeah? So then we're going to start. So I'm going to use...
Claire's asked where did she get the rolls of bags. They are on our website, so we will put a link direct to the bags afterwards.
Yeah.
And Pat has asked, said she's got quite a few of the Nifty Nozzles, but not sure what flour they make. Do we have any photos? Yes, each individual nozzle on the website, if you can go and have a look, and you will see the flours that that particular nozzle makes.
Yeah. Yeah. A few people have asked, can I do a board? With each nozzle with a flower next to it, but I have tried it, and the board ends up getting bigger and bigger because there's so many nozzles. And I actually have one of these kitchen door boards, and I actually put all the nozzles on, but the photographer just can't take the picture. So what you just need to do is each nozzle has a number at the side of it. Look on our website of Nifty Nozzles, and it will say XL or L, and then look at the number that corresponds with that, and then you'll see the flower design that it does. So what I'm going to do now is let's get started. And sorry, you will see I've got colouring on my hand because of where I've got green on my fingers before. So all we're going to do, we're just going to randomly put the flowers on. So how do we put the flowers on? So where can you see clearly, John? Okay, so you can see this one clearly?
Yes.
So you must always sit the nozzle on whatever it is you're going to squeeze the flower on. You squeeze, you come up, you pull off. See how nice that is? So we'll go around here, we're going to squeeze, we come up, we pull off. I just release the pressure. Squeeze, up and off. Sometimes if you pull them off a little bit too fast, you'll get that little sucker moment. So squeeze, up and off, squeeze, up and off, and we'll pop one there as well. Squeeze, up and off. I'm just going to put one here, one there. Yeah, I think I'll do for the moment. And then we're going to start with other colours as well. So we're just going to go in here. And all you're going to do is exactly the same. Squeeze up and off, release your fingers, squeeze up and off, squeeze up and off. And you can put these anywhere you want. And if you see the three colours that are coming out, the darker purple, the pink in the middle, and soon we should start seeing the light pink coming through. There it is there. Yeah. So squeeze up and off. Squeeze up and off. I just need John to tell me that he can see everything on the camera.
Yeah.
And then just put these randomly wherever you want. And then we can fill in loads of bits afterwards. And then we're going to pop a few here, here, and then on here, I'm going to go inside the crescent. Yeah, so I've got a little bit left in that bag. Then we've got this really nice one. This is the tulip, the flower, the lotus flower, sorry. So let's get this lotus flower on. And sometimes it's just nice to put an odd random colour in, just to take it away from all the pinks. And if you get one falling down, don't worry about it. Just see. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? What do you think so far? Any feedback, John? Is John still with us?
Yes, it just sounds a little bit too blurry. It doesn't focus well when you're spinning it.
Oh, right. Okay then. Right, I'll try doing it slowly. Okay, no worries, I get that. So, okay, and I'm just going to make some more pink and green here. I'm going to get John mixing while we do some other bits. In a second. I'm just going to do something a bit more pink. What I will do, I'll show you in a minute on the palette knife on how to do it. So that colour is the pink. That out. There you go, John. Can you just mix that for me, please? You're filming, Maria. Can you just mix that for me? Yeah? So then what we're going to do then is, I've got a couple of I've got another big one here that I want to use. So this one is the Sun Dancer. So I'll try and do it slowly. So squeeze up and off, squeeze up and off. John, is that at the right angle?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see there if I do that, or is my hand in the way?
It's okay there, like that.
Right, okay, so squeeze up and off.
Just every time you spin it, it goes blurred. I know.
It's a bit of a difficult one because I do have to turn the turntable. So we're just going to go in there, squeeze up and off. But should I wait until after I've done one then?
So we'll just put a few on and then stop for a few seconds.
Squeeze up and off. Squeeze up and off. I'll just put a couple up here. Wow, okay. You see it okay now? Okay, yeah?
Yep.
Just take my time with it, yeah? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just stick one in there. squeeze one in there. So this one's got too much of a fat base, but we can hide some of the mistakes afterwards. Right. So where are we up to there? Yeah, let me just put this one back on here. And then, do you want to just put that pink down, John? So let me just. Am I going round slow enough now?
Yep.
Can you see up here on the video? That top tier, can you see? No? You see this one? Yeah. Okay. So is anybody asking questions or anything? Let me just say, I think that's fine there. Silent in the kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, love the two-tone.
So
I'm sure you must say squeeze up and off in your sleep.
yeah. I know quite a lot of you have watched me do this before, and you all have it in your little mind. So I always say squeeze up 1 centimetre, squeeze up and off. So squeeze up, relax, off, whatever. I forget what I say until I'm doing it. So I think I've covered quite a bit there that I want to cover with those nozzles, and then I'm going to use some of the babies as the infills. So the babies I'm just going to squeeze in there. Is this okay on the camera, John? Can you see these? I've left this poor soul on his own down here, forgotten about him. And it doesn't have to be perfectly even. Let's just do some of these infills here. So I'm just going to fill in. So I don't know how long we've been decorating this cake. Has anybody been timing at all? I don't think it's been long. The biggest bit is getting your bags ready. So I've got another colour here I want to use, white. I'm just going to put a couple of white flowers in. I think this would have been, you can sort of see the colour with the white, but I think with hindsight I should maybe have done it a darker colour. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to fill another bag with another darker colour, because the white isn't quite showing up. It shows up nice when I'm looking at it from here, but I don't know how well you guys can see it. Is the white showing up? John?
What, the little white minis?
Yeah. Can you see them? So I will just squeeze one in there. Squeeze one in there. Up there. Up there. Oh, there's the little pink one. Right, so that one there, I've squeezed too fast and he's a little bit soft. Don't be frightened, just go and get him. Just go again and start again, just over again. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll use another nozzle, one of the minis as well, for that darker pink. Do you want that darker pink, John?
Kat said if you make her laugh when you're making the big rose, because you say half a semicircle, which is technically a quarter, but now she can't say it without saying half a semicircle. Kat, I have tried many times to sort out that problem,
Do you know
telling
what?
Carol that half a semicircle is a quarter, but
Yeah.
I've given up.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've got to 56 years of age, and John does laugh at me. He says, in today's society, I'd probably be diagnosed with dyslexia or something. I get all my numbers back to front, I get my words back to front, and I do when I watch the Facebook Lives. I see that I do that. And I do have some funny words, like I tried Wendy Preston's husband mad, because instead of saying polystyrene, I call it styrofoam. Why I call it styrofoam, I have no idea. And half a semicircle, no idea. I just do it. You just have these little things that are in your mind and you just say it. So some of you all know what I'm on about in the end. That's all that matters really, isn't it? So I'm just going to put in this darker pink one here. Just a bit more contrast.
I think Rhea is interested in attending a class. She's asking whereabouts we are in Stockport. We're in Marple. You'd get to Stockport train station, and then it's about 10-15 minutes away from there.
If you're coming by train, we can pick you up from the train station. If you're coming by car, it's quite easy to get to. We're just off the motorway.
So if you were coming by train, you would get the train to Stockport. It's actually Manchester Piccadilly, but you get out of Stockport.
Yeah, you can get out of Stockport, or you can then get another train to the two local train stations, which is Marple and Hazel Grove. But I can give you all those details. I think for a class for £99, everybody who's been on one of my classes, and I don't know if anybody's here watching now, but everybody who's been on the classes have said that they've loved them. So I'm just infilling here with another one of the minis. So I've done that one a bit blobby there. So you can make mistakes with them. I still make mistakes with them. Don't worry. Just don't ever worry about anything. We won't go mad with this one round here.
Can you use the Nifty Nozzles with a coupler?
You can use the mini ones with a coupler. You can't use the big ones. We'll talk about that in a moment. So anyhow, so what do we think? So this is our topsy-turvy effect here. So then I'm actually going to put on some berries, which is why we've got the round. So we've got the Wilton 10 round here. So we're just going to put on a couple of little berries. I'm just going to drive them down, cascade them down here. You know, I can't do the perfect little circle, but like I say, I go for the rustic look. You lot can, those who can do them beautifully, you know what, fabulous. I'm jealous. But I don't profess to do everything correctly. What I'm trying to do is just encourage you guys to have a little bit of a baking session and to have a little play with the nozzles, and then come away feeling as though, you know what, I've actually made something really lovely there and I'm quite proud of it. And so many of you guys have used my nozzles, and I would really hope that you would support Alexandra and I and only buy the quality ones. We work really very hard to bring in this quality brand, and just think, if you were in our shoes, would you like something that you thought of copied? I see so many cake decorators going mad that someone stole an image of their cake and put it on their website, and everyone screams their head off. Now, I'm sure you can imagine how I feel when I see copies of our nozzles. And I do realise that some people are on a budget, but I also think, and you'll hear this saying time and time again, buy cheap, buy twice. So we're just putting on some leaves. So these berries, sorry, now they do make a difference to put some embellishments on. I have on the website put a Wilton set of nozzles together that I use all the time. as a bundle so that you've got the whole set. Personally, if you've got Wilton nozzles, you should have 2 or 3 of them because you will use them. So I know this bit's a bit tedious, but if we want to finish this cake, I feel John pacing around the kitchen. Am I done yet? But don't you think, guys, I have decorated a cake pretty fast so far? John won't tell me your comments. If you do like it, I do want you to like and share. Get our little company out there. Let everybody know who we are. We work really hard here at Sugar and Crumbs, bringing everything to you. And I know so many of you have enjoyed the live feeds. I get so many positive emails. You know what? They're lovely to read. And it really makes you feel worthwhile. We do these free of charge. We don't charge anything for these at all, these lessons. And again, you know, not everything's perfect on the night. We do make mistakes, but that's all down to time. Plus it's always red hot here in the kitchen. So we've got those berries on there now. And then I'm going to use, I had a little pink one. So I've got a little pink one here. Now that's my little pink leaf. There's my little pink berry. No, there it is. Well done, Maria. So don't just leave your berries like that then. Just go and put a little topper in. So that little pointy bit that you had before, just go and push on top of it and then fill in. John, can you see all right on that camera?
Mm-hmm.
So just go inside the little pointy bit that you did. Just push the point back in and fill up the little berry. Are you all liking what you see? And I don't know who I'm going to give this cake to. It's massive, isn't it? I get a bit shaky hands sometimes doing these. Berries aren't that long. I know they're tedious, but you know, it gives you a chance to ask me any questions that you want to ask me. But I do want to finish this cake. I don't want to have to say to you, I'll come back later and show it you finished. So we've not got long left, just bear with me. And then I'll answer questions, and I'll also talk to you about what to use instead of a coupler. I haven't brought in one of those crazy couplers that hasn't worked. I didn't think about it really. But I'll show you what to do in a minute. So, is there anything anybody's asking, John?
Nope, not at the moment.
Are you all liking this session?
Yeah, lots of positive comments.
Oh, is there? Do you want to tell me a few of them while we're sat here?
Yeah, love the live feeds, even if they do start at 6 AM. That's B.
Oh, because she's in America.
Yeah.
Well done for B for getting up.
Dale saying you're doing a great job. I think
Thanks,
Karen
Dale.
is in South Africa. She sent a very nice comment as well. She likes to have how it's fun and inspires us to go and bake and decorate.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful, well said.
So I don't think I've got many more berries to do, and then we'll get on to leaves. I'm going to quickly show you how to do leaves, because the leaves that are important that you do them. Oh, cracky, these berries are growing. Thought I'd done them all. They're growing. I'll try and get around them as fast as I can. Hang on. Think of some questions to ask while I do my berries. I suppose we could have a couple of closed ones, couldn't we? If you're in America as well, if you want to buy the Nifty Nozzles, Alan from Global Sugar Art sells our Nifty Nozzles. He doesn't exactly shout out our name, but they're all Nifty Nozzles. So if you want the genuine ones and you're in America, go to Alan at Global Sugar Art. He sells them.
How are you going to get the cake off the turntable?
And we're going to get the turntable. Lift it up like that. It weighs a ton though. Maybe shouldn't have had a piping bag in the hand when I did that. Right, okay then, so I think I've got all my berries on. Oh no, I've missed a couple. They're growing, they're multiplying. Where are they, Maria? So they're not the neatest berries in the world, but you know what they'll do. Yeah. So you could quickly knock someone up a wedding cake, couldn't you, really rapid with this. So let's go to leaves then. So let's go to my palette knife, and then we'll do some leaves. Just 1 second, what I've done with my palette knife, it's in here. So which camera are we on? Should we be on? John, just while I do this. Which one do you want me on? This one? Right, so leaves cause everyone problems. And to be fair, you're going to start laughing in a minute. But to be fair, what have I done with the leaf nozzle now? So I've got these little lilac leaves. So what a lot of you do is you hold your nozzle the wrong way. So you hold it with air, Maria? This way?
Yep.
Right, okay. So now I need to clean the nozzle now. So you hold the nozzle the wrong way. Are we right? Yeah? So you hold the nozzle the wrong way, you start doing it like that. And that means, let me just show you. It's got a little V in, yeah? Your V needs to be, so it's like this. So see this little frill here?
Vertical.
Pardon?
Vertical.
Okay, vertical. So see this little frill here? Keep one of the points in line with that and one on the bottom, and that will keep you as a guide. So then when you come to do your, is there any chance I can turn that round, because I haven't found any struggle to do it that way. So what we're going to do now is, we're going to do a small leaf. So you form a base, small leaf, and you just pull off. So you form a base, stop and pull off. Form a base, stop, pull off. If you want it bigger, form a bigger base, come up to the middle, stop, pull off. Want it bigger? Bigger base, stop, pull off. Always pull off to get the point. You'll never get the point if you keep squeezing. If you want a really big leaf, you form a bigger base, a bigger middle, and you pull off. Bigger base, bigger middle, and you pull off. You can do this ripple if you wanted to. You can do it rippled like that. What you guys do is you do this. Who does them? You do them. You do these. Who recognises them? You do those, and those are all wrong. You need to just form a base, form a middle, pull off. Form a base, form a middle, pull off. Form a base, form a middle, pull off. Don't squeeze on the third bit. Okay, have you got it? Okay, everybody got that? Could you see that okay? Sure? Everybody happy with that? So, let's go back to my pink bowl. Where's that pink bowl gone? All that pink in. Let's stick it in there. Stick it in there. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do now then, just to finish us off, it's quite important that you put some leaves in. And I've seen some of you use the nozzles, and then you've not finished it off with any embellishments. You put on your cupcakes the roses or the tulips or whatever they are, and then you just leave it, and you really do need to finish it off. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm just going to put a couple of leaves in different colours. I'm going to, and you just do different lengths. You can stick a little one on the end of your berry there if you wanted to. You can do little ones, you can do big ones, little one, big one, big one, big one. You can do them up the wall here. And when we have the green ones in a minute, it will pull this all together. Yeah? So I'm just going to go up. And then what you can do is, you don't have to have just one leaf, you could stick two out there. And then, sorry, I have to sort of put my hand round. I don't know whether, John, can you see okay on the camera? Can everybody see okay? Or is my arm in the way?
Yeah.
Right, I'll try. So, John, which way do I need to do this?
That's
so that
fine.
I can see?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm sorry guys if my hand's in the way. And then we're just going to go up. They don't have to be in any order at all. Who's going to have a go at making one of these then? So let me just get a little bit more buttercream, because I just need to put a couple of these on this top one, and I don't know whether you can see the top one. Can you see the top one where I'm doing it? Is it best we put the camera on there?
I'll go back here. Yeah, you can put that up there, yeah.
Just 1 second, Maria's just moving the camera so that you can see that we're on the top now. Now you're wondering why I'm doing purple leaves or pink leaves, whatever, but you'll see in a minute when I start using that other big nozzle. Yep, okay, so there's my big one. Here we go. So we've got the big mama. So the big mama, I'm just going to pull down over here. We're going to do the big ones there, stick that in there, stick one in there, let's go there, and you'll see soon that the pink is, do you remember I put the pink in this to two-tone it? Can you see the lovely pink coming through now?
Is there 14 XL nozzles in the total set?
Yeah.
And how much is that? £25?
£25 instead of 50. Sorry, I've just got to rest my back a minute. Killing me. And then we're going to put a couple in there. What do we think, guys? Is it all coming together for you now? What do you think, Maria?
Amazing.
Amazing. You're so easy to please, you are, Maria. John doesn't say that, you know. You ask John for a comment, he doesn't say amazing. Do you, John?
No.
He just says you've got to improve.
Do you never can do this?
Eh?
He never can do this.
We should get John to do a Nifty Nozzles session, shouldn't we? So there we go. That'd be amusing. I bet everybody was zooming for that one.
Is everything done in the same flavour?
Yeah. I wouldn't advise mixing your flavours. Stick with one. So, I think we're getting there. I think we're nearly done, guys. Let me stand away from this and have a look. Right, what do we think? Do we like it? I may have missed a few bits. Let me just think. Could have done with a bit there. There we go. So, there you go, guys. I think I've covered everything on there for you. And I'm just going to pop another flower up there. Yeah, there you go. So, what do we think, guys? Where are we on? Which camera are we on? Okay then, so shall I just turn it around slowly? Where are we? We're back here. So do you like this one then? Yeah. So a really good selection of cakes there that we've used. So I've done loads of different demos in the past. I'm always happy to come on and do demos for you with the Nifty Nozzles. It's all about the buttercream consistency. So what we've done here is a Topsy-Turvy cake. We've made it with a Madeira sponge. You've all seen my dome cakes many times, yeah? So let's put that one there, that's my dome cake. I've done them in different colours. On the website we've got bundles. It says pink dome, blue dome, violet dome. It doesn't mean you only can do a pink dome or a violet dome or a blue dome. I have this conversation with people many times. It's just so that I can identify that bundle. Do check your bundles on the website. Some of them have the same nozzles on, which is another reason why we did the full set of the extra large. I have done a 14 set of the large with a leaf on there as well, and the minis. So if you want to go mad, you could buy a full set of the 14 leaf, a set of the minis, a set of the extra large, and you know what, that's plenty. If you want a couple of ruffle tips, just ask me, I'll tell you about the ruffles. My favourites are always the Ruffles, Mrs. Whippy, Viennetta, they're great tips. This is the wedding cake that we've done before. So I'll just stick that one in there. We'll get the mixing bowl out of the way. Let's move all this lot out of the way. Just move that speaker out of the way a minute. Let's just get everything on here so that you can see it. So we've got the babies in there. We've done a display like this. This is a nice table display as well. So you could do it like that. What else have we got? We've done the big wedding cake here. So we've got the whole lot on there, John. You see everything? So guys, you can do anything, can't you, with the Nifty Nozzles? And everything is rustic, okay? Everything is rustic, that's my favourite word. That means it doesn't have to be perfect. So if you are a baker out there and you want to make your best friend a cake, or your mum or your grandma, and you feel that, you know, I haven't got the confidence, do give it a try with the Nifty Nozzles, with a comb. Just make a really nice sponge. I've got loads of sponge recipes on the website. It's all about the consistency of the buttercream, and don't go crazy on colours, okay? If you're going to use a dark colour, try to use one dark colour and then loads of light colours. Don't use dark blues, dark greens, dark reds. They look a bit, I don't know, don't know what word to say. Try and keep to one dark colour and then a variation of that colour in different shades that is lighter. It will look a lot lovelier, whether it's pink, blue, violet, lemon, orange. Try and keep to a colour theme. Try and put your berries on, try and two-tone your leaves. It really will give an added dimension, and I will always be very grateful if you always mention that whatever you've learnt from me, whether it's regarding Nifty Nozzles, whether it's any cake decorating or anything, if you can just mention that I've helped you, share our group, share our page. By the way, I have opened up a community group as well. It's Sugar and Crumbs, all about cake, and that's just a community group who are proper Sugar and Crumbs followers who want to join the group, and they want to ask questions, they want to show their cakes, they want to show their displays. Still share them on our page, absolutely, but the group as well, you know, you can ask maybe some questions, or if you've got a wedding cake you don't want your friends to see because you're making it for them, but you want to ask advice on our page, feel free to do that. We do lives every Monday and every Thursday. On Monday, we've got Carol Haycox here from FMM Cutters. She's got a fabulous display that she's going to do for us on Monday, so she'll be here. On Thursday, it's Rob Allen and Jackie Heaton. They're from the Bacon Twit-along. They're here. I'm not sure what they're going to make yet. I was talking to Jackie because she was actually here in the house watching me make these cakes last night with Karen Naylor, and we were all baking. So they were baking their things, and I was getting these cakes prepared. So she's here on Thursday the 19th. Then after that, on Thursday the 19th, I do go on holiday. I'm away for 2 weeks. So John and I are really looking forward to having a break. So we're away for 2 Mondays. We'll be missing. I will put a little notice up to remind you we are on holiday. We haven't gone missing. Maria is going to post loads of little 1-minute videos over the 2 weeks while we're away. The Thursdays, my daughter Laura is going to try and get here. As far as I'm concerned, she's confirmed that she's going to be here the 2 Thursdays I'm away. The Monday I come back is a bank holiday Monday. Now, in fairness, I don't normally do a demo on a bank holiday Monday, but I am going to this Monday. So John's just gone into meltdown. He hates doing cake. So I am going to do a demo. I'm going to think of something short and easy just to let you know that we're back. And then in May, we've got Dawn Butler joining us to show you about her airbrushing skills. And I've also got Claire Corbett coming in. I think it's the 14th of May is Claire Corbett. She's going to show you how to make macarons. She's been here and showed you before, but we had a little problem with one of the ovens. The clocks had gone back or forward, and unfortunately one of them I put in lock mode and it didn't work. So she's going to come back and show you how to do those again, and they're lovely. Maria's clapping her hands because they were divine. She makes those with the flavoured icing sugars. And Dawn is coming the week after, and I'll be baking on the Thursday mornings. So please make sure that you like this today. You do share it with all your friends. Anything you want to buy, when the live feed finishes, go to the top. The links are all there. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. It's completely free. Give us a thumbs up. Give us some positive feedback. I've had a little negative ones, and I think they're silly. The paper was rattling, really. I've just spent 2 hours showing you how to do a demo, and your only comment is the paper was rattling. You know, it does sort of like, why do we make the effort? So if you can put some positive feedback on there, that would be absolutely fabulous. And until Monday, have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday at 8 o'clock with Carol Haycock from FNN Cutters, and she has got some wonderful things to show you. And that's a goodbye from me, John, and Maria. Bye-bye.